Every town should have a Punisher. The people that have intelligence, that have open minds, they will still have an open mind.
Fucking life. Not a black person without a life.
To me, I feel like it's a little bit of a slap in the face to this country.
GHI.
Do you know what that is? That's faggot. And Polish people all look the same.
Oh, I just put this together like all the fucking scene because I've been 2 weeks, like, or it's been a week, and I didn't put out I was just doing too much other shit to do the Clark thing, so I just put this out real quick.
Yeah.
I'm learning some tricks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to because and now I realize I got to do a week ahead for all my douchebags of the week. The animation's done a week ahead now, so like. I had 2 animations for fucking Al Sharpton. They're both going to go in there. They're going to go back to back.
Pile of garbage.
Oh, like black people are going to be so pissed. But I already did like fucking a bunch of white people. Like everybody's got to get it. I don't care. Everybody's got to get it.
Yeah.
It's not right if you can't make fun of people.
That sort of thing is like
especially when they're assholes.
I posted on the Edison Neighbors Facebook page. Some Indian guy posted. He's like, "We signed my petition to boycott Amazon. We only need whatever." So I looked at the petition on Change.org. 75,000 people signed this thing already, right? Over 75,000 people. And I'm like reading the thing, and it's like because Amazon is selling bath mats with Indian gods on them. He had this whole thing about. Blah 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 blah. It's offensive. This and that.
I don't care if it's offensive.
How would people feel?
Nation.
He's like, they don't sell Jesus bath mats.
You could buy Jesus bath mats
and Jesus panties.
You can buy Jesus panties.
I know. And that's what I posted. I was like, listen, this stuff is getting this shit is getting out of control. You people are so uptight about.
Oh, you said you people. You can't say
I
you
don't
people.
know. I put you people. I was like everyone. Now I say everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone is so uptight, right? And. I was like, I read the thing. I'm like, they do sell Jesus panties and they do sell Jesus bath mats. They're actually Jesus thongs that you can find easily. And if you don't like the product,
a freedom to have your religion.
Move on. And obviously, there's a market for that stuff because they make it and they sell it. So if you don't like it, just move on. Who cares?
Well, if you can't move on, then you don't belong in this country.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of this country. Everybody can have their religion, but you can't force it on other people. So if somebody's offending your religion,
like why are you trying to petition and shut down a business for selling stupid crap? If they sell stupid crap, so be it. Who cares? What does that do? What is that?
How long have you been in this country? 20 years? Shut the fuck up.
Some Indian guy's probably on an H-1A visa. Been here 2 years, and it's like who cares? You know what I mean? Offensive. You know, people step on them and then. Shut the fuck up. You people.
Maybe they need their feet blessed.
Listen, how about you worry about in India why they're shitting in the streets?
Yeah.
And 75% of your country.
You have nuclear weapons and you don't have fucking indoor plumbing for fucking 90% of the country.
Yeah.
It can happen.
So shut the fuck up. You did everything you could do to get here because your place, where you're from, has some serious problems. Okay. Yeah. You probably with your little H-1 visa, you should probably be there because you probably have skills that could help the situation. But you want to take those skills and come here so you don't have to deal with it. And then fucking try to ruin our way of life. Go fuck yourself. That's not racist. That's just, you're an asshole, so I'm going to call you out for being an asshole. Like, if I call you, you're brown and I call you out, it doesn't make me a racist. Unless you're not an asshole. It's very easy to tell the difference. Not every time somebody white yells at you for being a fucking piece of shit.
Like that petition I saw, that's the definition of butthurt.
Yeah, they're butthurt.
You know.
And how many white liberals signed that fucking thing just to say they signed it?
Oh, who knows? It's like ridiculous.
Those people shouldn't even be allowed to fucking talk in public. I jest, but come on. The shit that comes out of these people these days, you're going to destroy the children. We have 3 resources. We have crops. We have water, and we have children. Those are the, and then whatever particular order you want to put them in. Obviously, water you can't have the other 2 without. Okay, fine. But those are the 3 serious.
Yeah, so we actually put there, butthurt as an adjective and a noun. Butthurt, overly or unjustifiably offended or resentful. Exactly.
That's what it. Yeah, that's what.
Watch
We
watch
just have a new
butthurt.
word. We have a new word in our language.
Butthurt is gonna be. It's an informal definition, but watch butthurt end up being in
Webster.
Webster.
And that's how words are formed because like it's two words that people have used before because people's butts have hurt, especially when I'm done with them. And
Yeah, but it's true. It's like you can't joke about stuff anymore. You can't say anything anymore.
you can walk away from it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But why should we? Oh, like black people are gonna be so pissed.
Stuff is getting blown out of proportion too. Like you remember the incidents where a certain group of lawn animals were stolen from a certain Persian family's house.
Yes.
And then they were found with German writing.
We were all in
them
German class, yeah.
because the children that took it did the incident were all in a German class.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being tied to some Nazi stuff from Clark, and it became this like racial thing that was in the paper, like Nazis. Like
You know who did that, right?
what? I know exactly who did that.
I did it.
I know. I just didn't want to say.
Oh, who cares?
But-
No. Yazdi was our friend, and he was fucking around, and he fucked up, so we stole his lawn here. And then we drove. He was working at the Checkers, so we drove to the Checkers with his fucking the head of the deer on the hood of the fucking car. Okay, he fucking freaks the fuck out. Okay, so then we go back, and let me tell you something. Mike Cataline is a cop now, and he was there. So took pictures all over the place. I got the pictures, Mike. You owe me. Anyway. Since it's a racial incident, right?
Yeah.
So we wrote. We didn't even write in German. You know what we wrote on the fucking thing? Far from puking. Far from puking. But we wrote it with umlauts. We put umlauts just for a gas because we're in German because we're all in German class together. And we put umlauts. And the next thing you know, we're tied to Nazis in Clark, where the KKK meets.
Yeah.
Because he was brown,
could you
even
imagine-
though he was a fucking white supremacist.
But could you imagine that happening today? That same thing.
Oh God, our lives would be ruined.
Yeah.
Our lives would be ruined. The cop.
There'd be a witch hunt. There'd be
Look,
a special.
I got dragged in there. I'm the only one. I didn't fucking tell on anybody except for Dave and Steve because they were younger, so they couldn't do nothing to it. I didn't want to do it, but my mother made me. Well, I'm underage. What am I gonna do? But we gotta take care of it. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and the cops give me this thing about racism and stuff. I'm like, listen, I came here from. He's like, I'm from New York. I'm like, I came here from New York. I know all about what you're talking about, and don't give me a line of shit. My mom's don't you fucking talk to him like that. Well, he's fucking talking. Yeah, I was an asshole. Anyway, so he goes on and on about this, and he goes, well, if you're not fucking Nazis, not white supremacist Nazis, then what is this? What's this fucking German on here? I go,
Don't you watch TV?
it was a whole thing.
It
was a Volkswagen thing. It was right during that Volkswagen
But they
campaign.
were doing everything else, like far from grooving.
Because we were so fucking drunk, we were like, we're far from puking though. And so I'm
The
like,
mistake was, I think you punted the head because all the animals got returned.
yes. And the
But the
parents
head
didn't
was-
care because, but first off, they were from Iran, and they were, God Christ, how can I not know? It's like the first religion in the world. The first monotheistic religion, and it's also the first religion in the world. So it's totally our culture, right? Well, we all come from there anyway. But that's not the point. They didn't have a fucking problem, all right? Nobody had a problem. It's because they couldn't get the head back because we went to fucking Horses Creek, and we were on the bridge of Wood Avenue in the middle of the night. No cops, by the way, for a fucking hour. Right on Wood Avenue. Right on. Imagine that. No cars on Wood Avenue for an hour at like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, holy shit. So I think kicked the pillows. So kicked the head in. So then we got his parents were, and rightfully they could have been more pissed, sure. But it's like fucking kicked. We can't put a deer without a head on there. I'm like, you know. But let me get back to the story. So he goes, "What is this? What is this?" He's screaming at me. My mom's letting him scream at me because she thinks my mom thinks I'm a Nazi. See how quickly that goes? My mom thinks
Yeah.
I'm a Nazi now because this guy says it. Because one person says that she thinks I'm a Nazi, and I go, far from puking. And my mom goes like this.
Still laughing.
She goes, no. She didn't start laughing. She's mad at him. It's like you didn't read it for. She didn't read it. He didn't show it to her. She goes like this. No. And we just walked out, and the cop just sat there like, never heard her think again. Because far from puking is not a racial slur.
No.
You can't even read far from puking. Far from puking. It had umlauts. Umlauts magically made it not readable.
Because far from puking.
It's more like a fear
from puking. What?
I can't fucking believe. It was like far from puking.
Yeah, but think about it. That was what? How long ago? And that was what? 95, 94.
Oh, well, see now if you say far from puking, you're racist against bulimic people.
Oh yeah.